Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. I've been doing some kind of thinking and planning on this build that we've been working on for crystals, all the various kinds of crystals, crystal splinters, hermetic crystal splinters, as well as polished blue crystal, polished red crystal, and polished green crystal splinters, and this whole plan we have going on here. I've been doing some thinking about it, and I wanted to make a few changes to this build in preparation for piecing it all together correctly. And the first thing I want to change is this, and putting it there, but then also I want to shift it up by one, just for fun. And then I want to move this out of my way. Do like this. I might need a little bit more landfill down here. We'll have to see about that. Take this up, move this and that, and I think I'm going to put it right up into there, if I can. And I can, so I will. That'll go in there. I can tear that apart. Take these belts up though too, please. Thank you. Good job. And inserters too. And then, because this needs to connect to that, I think this works out best. Let's move you again. Now that it's out of the way, I can put it in here, back in the way kind of again. This will come over this way. I moved it off by one. Move by one. Try that again. There. There. This comes over here now. Somewhere around there. Although maybe not. We'll see how this works out. These guys can move over here and flip like this. And then all these pipes rather, can come out. I don't know why I keep calling them belts. Clearly not. This connects across because it's the input for this. And then we can also do something like that. I think this works out better this way because this was needed for this anyway. So these two processes kind of share a common foe here. Although we may have to do some work getting everything to connect and communicate with each other, but we'll figure that part out in a little bit. And then over here, I think what this actually needs to have happen to it is this whole damn thing needs to move down here. So I'm not going to do it yet because I'm going to eventually move this again. So I want to do it all kind of at the same time. Plus, I only have 2,200 landfill, and I don't know if I can actually make this all fit down here if I tried. Although I guess we could try. Why don't we just do a little bit of landfill and see what we can make happen. Until we run out anyway. Or until we run out of need. So, what I wanted to do also is have some kind of a water bus. So these here would have some sort of a pipe weave. Maybe like this. Or something. They'll have to come in from over here because, again, the water's going to be probably over there. So these two come out. This also, then, the water would come from this way. The rest of this is self-sufficient. This part of the process here only takes in water. Well, both kinds of water, but water. That is this one. Both, well, mud, but the mud comes from the muddy water. Ooh, the muddy water. That's got to come out of here and go into... We already got that. Okay, good. Oof. We already got that. So that's fine. So that's kind of this and this together. But you're producing... Not you. You down here are producing the mud primarily with excess heavy mud water. So, in fact, we're going to have to drain most of this. So there'll be an overflow valve here. May put some of these little tanks. I may put some of those inline tanks in place as we do this so that we can get a little bit of a buffer in those pipes, more so than the pipe itself. And then I think we can start moving these things in. Before we do, though, I want to do one little additional plan, which I've already planned here. And that is, if I feed, and I did this thing here, which flips to input-based calculations rather than output-based calculations. Most of the time, we're doing output-based calculations, but every once in a while, we have to do an input-based calculation. And this is the input-based, so we're bringing in, at most, 0.375 of each of those, which means we need 3 of these powderizers, since they're all different recipes. 1 of these assembly machines, and it has to be an assembly machine 2 because it's got a fluid input. And then 1 liquefier 2, and I did the liquefier 2 simply because it's 1 versus 1.5. I could have easily just done 1 of the other ones, and in fact, I probably could get away with just 1 of the other ones, but this way we have enough, and we're sure we have enough, and we're okay with having enough. So one of those, and the powderizers are here. And then the other thingy is here. And that should take care of everything we need for that. And what we're going to do, as we talked about before, is take these, because it's the cut crystals, not polished crystals. Yes, it's the cut, so it's the input here, a cut, which comes from this belt. We're going to take this belt and this belt out and across somehow so that they can be fed into a system doing this. And then we can do, let's see, get this pin so I can do this real quick. We can do this, and this will output onto the pipe right there. We can actually even do this pipe now, I think. Safe too. This goes there, which means we can actually go over here by one and rotate also. This part here will piece into that as long as it fits. We may have to make the tweak here. That's got purified water coming in. That's fine. But then we can also bring these in and powderize them. And I think what I'm going to do is put them, like, vertically here somehow. There and there, maybe. There'll be all three different colors, of course. This one will be blue, though, and because we'll stop the blue belt there, and then we'll do the red and green here, and we don't need that one. We'll do the red and the green here, and that'll come up and around somehow and down into here. And actually, this one might even come on this side, since it can. But this is such a tiny, tiny amount of these, 0.375 of each at most, that it's fine. So we can do something like that. We can bring this one in over here, something like that. And in fact, it doesn't even have to go that far. It could just go... It's probably going to go that far. And then this one would go up a bit further. Those go into there. We'll just have to do some shenanigans with inserters here. Something like this and that. And then you can just do direct inserts. Or this could even be down here by one. It's fine too. Never float your boat. This can go like this. And will this fit puzzle piece wise right into there? I love it when a plan comes together. It goes over here. That wasn't connected to anything. That was just me reminding me that I had things to do. That goes there, and this is also purified water, so we'll probably just maybe bring the pipe in up here somewhere, so we can pipe it down to here as well, and then pipe it into there. That way we have the room to do the pipe shenanigans, because getting through here may not be easy, so maybe coming across the top will be. We'll have to see how that works out. And then, since we're going to definitely stick to this side for this stuff, we can definitely stick to this side for this stuff. Let's bump this guy right up against there, I think. Although we were talking about before was, will this prioritize properly? And I really don't have a solution for that, unfortunately, at this point. I think we're going to have to... Yeah, this is where Factorio 2.0 will be very, very helpful, because we can measure the belt and make sure that there's not any, not too many on the belt before we add more. I guess the solution to that... No, that won't work either. Take, you drop. I think maybe we just need to swap these. I don't know if that's going to fix it or not, though. The take is always before the drop. But I don't know that that's enough. I think they'll still get stuck. Especially if this thing here is running full tilt. Yeah, that'll have to think about some more. We may have to make some more tweaks to that. Which means this is going to get moved up because there's no way we're going to have the space for that. Let's turn... This goes here. In which case, why don't I just do that and do this, because it might look a little neater. Then this goes this way. This one can come across from here. Can go like that. This will need another underground. Far away for those, unless I did a yellow. Then we could do this and bring those in there. You will go here. You two will go here, and you'll need another power pole. That works, and then these belts can go up there. Again, unless I have a yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I could do that with one yellow. These will go up here, and we'll process this into these crystals, of course. This will only be processing, though, we have enough. So we'll want to have a measurement of these. So we'll want to put them in boxes, I think, the cut ones. So we can measure how many we have. And then we'll link that to these inserters here so that we only input and crush them when we have enough of one and not enough of another. So we'll have to do some logic with that, which we talked about a while back now, I think, or a couple of episodes ago. But I think this is okay. We have oxygen coming in here still. I think we can go ahead and run that pipe down now to here. That's going to have perfectly length there. Perfectly length. Yeah. And then this is purified water. That'll have to get fed in somehow from, presumably over here is where I'll have the fluid bus. I'll have to figure that part out yet. This is good. This hydrogen goes down to here. This nitrogen comes down there as well. Okay. I think, actually, this is not too bad. We can just do this. That. You come on down. There. You can come on down. Carry you up like that. I think that goes there. Here. I'll just do a straight piece of pipe there because that's fine. That could be straight too. It doesn't matter. This, though, I'm going to have to run iron and copper into this from over here, wherever. But that's okay. These are fine. This here. This is... These things in. These things don't have any other inputs. You're just the acid. And the spores. The spores are just the fluid. And they're outputting this, which is going to go to... Where? Up here. Right here. This needs... this. Yes. Looking it all up now. I think what this might do... I'm not sure how I'm going to get that purified water in there. I might bring it down here and across or something. These can all get shifted up, though, because there's no reason why these need to be this far away. So this can go here. The output of those is how much? Just to make sure we have okay numbers here. The output of these is 0.151 together, so this is fine. Like that. And then you need the reds, and the reds have an output of 0.6. So again, that's fine. You'll need to have one of these and one of those, and we'll need to have these all over the place here. One of these has an output item. You have saline or sodium hydroxide coming out. I'll have to deal with that. This goes there. You can go like here. Those are all kind of connected, but I think I'm going to do a connection there just for connection reasons. And this whole thing can actually come up now. Which can go there. That was a garbage pipe from earlier. Actually, so was this other one. So this, I think I'm going to put a box in here just for buffer reasons. And so then we'll do output, which will be the empty thingies. And then we'll do an input into there. And then this will just be a direct feed into there. And you can probably get by with just one of those. Belt will come across somehow here and feed into that with the ores on it. And we'll just make pre-seed of the empty containers and put them in the box. Because we only need 30 of them or something is what I've been doing. That'll be fine. This red algae is 1.2. That'll move 2.4. That's fine, too. Go over there so we can link that power pole. And then these have... that's fluid. We also have fluid coming in from over here. You don't have any surplus or any items coming out, so that's good. We have 0.151 of these. We have 3 of those. This is perfectly fine to be a pair of inserters like that the whole way. I'm going to be running out of these power poles now. If I upgraded some of these. Yeah, that. I don't know why I'm still using these crappy ones. Let's do something like this, I suppose. Actually, no, that's fine. Maybe I do, instead of all of this, maybe I just do that. Gotta make sure everybody has power. You'll need power up here. Actually, you've got power already. Powered by this one. You need power, though. No, you got power. Got power. Good. Might be okay. So then there's maybe 3 pipes coming through here. Water, saline, and purified water. And then they can run... They need to be sourced, though, from a set of these. I think it's 2.5 of these. That's in this... Here someplace. Yes, 2.5 of these making this. And however I connect that up, as part of this water bus. I think that's getting closer to a finished product now. Coming back up here to the end bit. This is the part that scares me a little bit. So we're going to want to put these in boxes. We know how much we have of each item. Shouldn't have done that. Move that up out of the way then. What if we did something like this? Maybe not right here, but something like this. And then... if I did that, and I did this, that would take care of those. They need to be filters. Going to be the end of my filter days here. Those are only going to have those crystals, yes. And then we can just do a regular inserter on this side, though, because blue is just blue. I guess I could do that if we wanted to keep it neater here. And then we'll measure those boxes. We'll pass it into a set of deciders that are measuring... We have deciders, right? I just need to get some copper. We'll pass it into deciders, and that'll take care of that. So if we do this there, and we do the opposite here, and then we do another one here that's grabbing from there, that'll take care of those inputs, and then we can just do, I don't know, something like this for fun, and then those will go out into a box. And so the decider will be, hey, if blue has 100, and red or green have 0, then destroy blue. And then if green has 100 and blue or red have 0, then destroy green. Maybe not 100, maybe not 0, but something along that line. Less than 10, greater than 100, or greater than 90 or something. And then same thing for red. If blue or green are 0, but if they're all around 50 or more, or whatever the number is, then I don't want to destroy any of them. I'm fine with this thing stopping, in fact. Because we're not going to use that many of these things anyway. I don't remember what they're used for. Do you remember what they're used for? I don't remember. They're here. That's creating saw blades, which we don't have. We have the ability to research, but we don't have them yet. Yeah, so we don't really need a whole lot of them. We're just making them because we can make them. And so we can put them out into a box, though, over here, like we're doing everything else. The down one, so it's in the power range and not to worry about it. So I think we're okay maybe to pick out a spot here. Or maybe we should move these around and get the rest of this put together first. Yeah, let's do that. So let's find a spot to slice this. Slice it right in there. We'll move this over here. That'll be where the output goes. Somewhere... maybe the water bus goes in this side then. Somewhere in there. Because these have no solid inputs at all. So they're putting them on the far left side, assuming the bus is over here, which is what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on putting this up here above the stuff we've already been working on with the bus. So that'll go over there, which would work out just fine. You left a pipe behind, my friends. Oh, and a belt. Need a bit of landfill for this. A bit of landfill. I'm going to get the pieces. These things here. There you go. This one too. And then we'll cut this one. I don't know if this is going to fit. We may need more. Where does this go again? Yeah, we're going to need more landfill, I think. Well, we'll see. Maybe we won't. I'll be chintzy on it. can only do width that I need, or so, rather than doing the whole thing. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. It goes in there. So I may want to flip this around then. It's going to mess with these, though. Yeah, that only really just puts the sailing as a pass-through, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. I just had to get it out of here and up and across or something. That's okay. I think I'm okay with that. And then you have this sailing output that can go this way then. Which means this one can just come up and go across somehow. Or go across right there, actually. Cross. Hit the bus. What else do we have for fluids here? Oh, you here. Connected there. This goes here. This is the crystals that are coming out. Crystal powder. Crystal dust. It's coming out of here to go into feeding the crystal grinder thingies. This is an exact number, so we don't have to worry about including any of this, which is kind of nice. This is input from the bus. This, that. Oh, I know what we're missing. We're missing crystal dust here. This crystal dust is what's coming from here, which we haven't dealt with yet either. You actually, I think I want... We're missing a whole bunch of power poles. I think I want... power poles out, put the big ones in here, just for my own sanity reasons. That anyway. Sounds okay, I guess. I might want these to come out as a single belt and then split it later. If we do that, what's our numbers here? 1.65 and 1.9. Oh yeah, we can easily make this one belt. Let's do these. And I want you to go through here. The yellow underground. Right there. Maybe a bit more for power pole. Can't do a bit more. May have to go get a red guy, or might be okay. I might get a red one. Do I have any red one? I do have a red one. Never mind. Go here. To there. Then I can put power poles in here, and I can be happy with it. There, there. There. No, there instead. Then down here. That might be good. You can go up this way. Your thing will be right, red flag. And then the same thing can go for all of them. Two, there, 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 there. And I could do this one differently. And then once it gets here, then the crushed stone component, right? Yeah, crushed stone can go like up and over and be a waste product out that can go into this system. Going this way, I could feed it onto one of these belts somehow, maybe onto this one or something. We could do that, probably. Only like another one. And then the crystal dust can be redirected to here, and then on down into here. So that'll come over somehow. This also is a waste product that's got to go out. Maybe we turn it sooner than one sooner. This can split. There. Go in. And then we can do a, I don't know how much this was, but I think this is fine anyway. We're going to need more power here anyways. So we'll just put a power pole in. Because I could have done something with those. You know what, actually? That and this. It'd have been enough. No. Alright, we'll put it here, though. Reasons that... No, actually, we'll put it down here. Wait, it powers this thing, too. That's a waste product. This can come out and around, then. And go out like this. In that case, why don't I just move this over by one? Because that's less dumb. That comes down, and it goes into here. We did not leave space for this. It has to go into this guy, that guy. I think we can do that with just some yellows, though. Let's see. Grab from there. Go like that. A little snug. little snug. Can I do something different with this? I put you there, that doesn't power this, but we can put a power pole up there. And then... won't be much, though. Just more symmetrical. Where do I want to put that? Well, I guess one option is to add another space in here someplace. Which could be fine. Means shifting a bunch of this stuff down. Yeah, you know, let's do that. Add that space in right here, though. Means shifting everything down. 1. There. All the way down. 1. Really? Okay. Here. Which means you've got to come down. Means you've got to come down, probably. And then all this needs to come down, too. Are you again? Oh, you got to come down, too. Put up. Does that connect? That no longer connects now. Because I added one whole space. Alright. Fixed it. These guys have to be long reach. Easy enough to fix there. And then we just run this belt right through here. And we do one of these. And one of those. We should be covered power-wise. And that should take care of it. I think that's fine. You know what I didn't do, though? I didn't split the two products here. That's got to go in here. That'll be crystal dust down. In here, no. That is in... I don't even know where that is. Where is that? Here. And then that means that this goes up and over or something to get it out of here. That should be fine, I think. So what we're going to do yet is we'll have to do our overflows and underflows if there are any. I think it's all over. Do our overflows. Make sure we're venting everything that needs to be vented. And not venting more than we need to vent. So probably some buffer tanks. But what I'm going to do between now and then is prep a spot to move this up to the bus. So we have all of this connected. Maybe there's a way to tighten this up, like swing it over here some way. If I can think of how to do that, we'll do that next time. I mean, I'm sure I can, but if I can think of a reasonable way to do that, I think we'll do that next time as well, just to simplify the shape of this, make it more fit into a tighter rectangle. I just don't know if it's worth it to do that, or if we should just leave it that way. But we can at least think about it. Let me know if you have thoughts. Let me know if you think I missed anything. Actually, what I might have missed is... No, that's paste coming in. That's coming from the bus. That's fine. So I think we're okay. And so I'll prep an area for this up on the bus. We'll get it set up and ready to run. And then we'll get this thing going next time. So thank you all for joining me. And I will see you all then. Bye for now.